Hello, how are you today? Today's greeting is a little bit harsh. This is for my female viewers, so if you happen to be a man, you can just go watch football or something, or whatever it is that you people do. Okay, ladies. If you are in a relationship, assuming it's a male-female relationship, I suppose the same rules apply to same-sex relationships. I'm not sure. The math should work on this. But anyway, if someone loves you, they will make that known. This is obvious, right? You would think. Not necessarily. I just feel compelled to share this today. I say this, I wish I could have said this to my younger self. I'm experiencing this with a friend of mine going through a difficult time, and it's always the same thing. Well, if I try harder, or if I change, or if I do this, or if I do that, then he'll love me more, or he'll be more faithful, or, relationships are hard work. That's just the way it is. Relationships are work. They are. But they're not supposed to be that much work. I haven't been with my husband for 50 years or something. We've been together for 14 years. But I think it's long enough to, make an assessment and form an opinion on this matter. And I did this too, especially when I was younger. And I could just slap myself. I could bitch slap myself for this. But this idea of being as pretty as you can be for someone else. If I can be more supportive, if I can be funnier, wittier, smarter, if I can make more money, if I can try harder, if I can be better in bed, any of these things, just stop it. If a man wants to be with you, he will be with you. If he doesn't want to be with you, he will say that in his actions to you. I don't care what he says, but he will show that to you. I can tell you that in our relationship, I don't talk about this too much, and that's good because John doesn't really like that. But I will tell you, we work at that relationship, but it's not that difficult, and it shouldn't be. It should come naturally and easily, and it should just, if you're having a bad day, it doesn't turn into an assassination of the other person. It's not an attack on them. And you're unhappy because of what they would do. If they would just be different or act differently or dress differently or say something differently, then you would be happy. And conversely, if you would just try a little harder, then maybe you could make them happier. And it just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry to tell you, but it doesn't. And if a man says he wants a break or he needs to be apart, let him go. Let him go. Don't blame him. Actually, thank him for that, because he is doing you a favor. He is telling you, I don't have to give you what it is that you want and what you probably deserve. And if I stay with you, I will resent you because I don't want to be here. I feel bad. That's why I'm here. Trust me, girls, ladies, women, whatever. You don't want a man there because they feel bad for you, or because they feel guilty about how they misbehave or how they blame you for things. You want them to not really give it a thought one way or the other, to just be themselves, be about their day. And sure, they're going to act a little differently when they're with their guy friends than when they're with you. But they shouldn't have this giant sigh of relief when they're with their male friends. And when they come to you, it's something drudgerous or it's hard work. Listen, 14 years, I can count the number of conflicts on one hand that my husband and I have had. And we have our moments and we have our off days. But even when we have our off days, very seldom is it projected on the other person or insinuated that it is the fault or responsibility of that other person. It's just the little stuff, and we keep it the little stuff. And I'm so thankful for that. But I just wanted to tell you, young women, if you're watching, and grown women, that if you're going through a time or there's infidelity there, or you're getting blamed and there's an excessive moodiness and it's just difficult all the time, it shouldn't be. You know, that may not be the right place to be. And particularly if he says he wants a break or wants out, by all means, thank him, send him a dozen roses, because he really is doing you a favor. That is the most generous thing that he can do for you. And when that occurs, do not ask yourself, what could I have done differently? What could I have said differently? If you want to be a different person in your next relationship, then that's fine, whatever. But do not do that to appease that person. If they are miserable, then let them be miserable, separate from you. If they're going through a difficult time that has nothing to do with you, then of course be supportive of that and, you know, just be there for the long haul. And that's good. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying walk away when things get difficult, but I'm saying things should be fundamentally easy. They should just flow. They should just happen. And I really thank my husband for this, because for all the years we've been together, you know, we don't have the highs of the highs. We have, you know, it's pretty steady. And I'm glad for that. I am thankful for that. It is something that I can count on and that he can count on from me. And we don't try to make the other person something that they are not. We bring what we bring to the table. And if you want something different, then look at a different person. You know, this is what you chose, so this is what you get. And in return, I know who you are and what is reasonable to expect from you. And that's probably one of the most generous things that you can do for the other person and for yourself. That's all I wanted to say about that. But I get so frustrated and it breaks my heart to see someone say, oh, they're so angry and just what could I have done differently? Nothing. You could have not stayed so long. When they wanted to go, you should have let them go, you know? And that frees you up for the right things that can come into your life. And we all know this instinctively. Everybody knows this. And sometimes it's difficult to have that clarity when you're in the midst of it, or we pine for a different type of relationship. We want the same person, but we want it to look completely different. Okay, I don't even know what that is. I love you. You're my golden retriever. God, I sure wish you were a schnauzer, you know? Stop it. Just let things be what they are. Thank that person for the lessons, for the time, and you move on. And think about it. If you're lucky, you find that person once in your life, or maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't know how many times you've been married or whatever. But I did not have the experience, the relationship I have with my husband, I have never had with another man. He takes care of things and he doesn't make a big deal out of it. He just does it. And he's nice and he's really sweet and he's funny. And there are other aspects of the relationship that we do not have. And that is what it is as well. But still, when you weigh things on the scale, it's kind of a no-brainer. And I wouldn't prefer to be in another relationship over this. And I told her, you got to move on. You just have to move on. And I wish I had known the value and the self-worth, just who I was as a person when I was younger. I was so guilty of that. Oh, I really like this boy. I really like this guy. I know he likes this type of girl, this type of person. I'm going to be that person. Then he'll want me. That is absurd. It is absurd. It is a package deal. You're buying a blue car, then you're getting a blue car. And if he's in the market for a red one, then so be it. Moving on. That is my message to you young ladies out there. You are worth everything. And so is the person that you are with, by the way. This isn't a male bashing thing, not at all. As a matter of fact, they will appreciate that I'm saying this because they get annoyed, and then it goes into that whole guilt cycle. They are annoyed by the grand gestures. They want you to just be who you are, and that either works or it doesn't. They understand the simplicity of that. We make it more complicated. It's really not that complicated. So thank you, gentlemen, for being that way. And just think about it, you know? And if this applies to you, then great. What in the heck is going on with that hair? Okay, anyway, have a great day. You are perfectly fine just the way you are. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But we are perfectly flawed, and that needs to be good enough. Okay? Okay then. Have a glorious day. Bye.